Let's have a nice welcome for Daryn.
Hello, my name is Daryn, and the title of my speech is Thanking Your Siblings for Who You Are. So, did you know that on average in the United States, there are 2.1 children per woman. So in an average family, a woman has about 2 children. Marie, I looked up in France, that in France, there's an average of 2.08 children. The lowest country found with the lowest average of children was Singapore, with 0.8 children per woman. And the highest country average was Niger, Africa, with 6.89 children per family.
Dang.
Today, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about birth order and how personality traits are associated with which order you are born. So I'd like to start off and ask 3 people, Andrea, Felicia, and Meg. Out of these 4 characteristics, which do you consider yourself the most? Like, which group do you think best describes you? Meg, Felicia, do you know which one you think you would?
Let's see. I would say that I'm the first one.
Okay. Andrea? 1, 2, 3, 4. Meg? Somebody's waiting.
Like a mixture of 1 and 4.
It's up there too.
Pick
I
one.
know.
Probably 4.
Okay, we'll go with that. Alright, we'll come back to that in a little bit. So, Mary Wallace, who is a child and family therapist for over 20 years, she's also the author of Birth Order Blues, agrees that a lot of the way we are has to do with how the parent relates to the child, depending on what spot they're in. And when we say spot, they just mentioned like where they are in the birth order, as well as the spot itself. So with that being said, each spot has unique challenges. My expertise on this, I wanted to tell you, was a little bit about my family. I am the youngest of 3. I have an older brother who is 25, and I have an older sister who is 24, and I'm 22. So for my visual aid today, I'll pass it around. I brought a picture of me and my siblings. You will really notice that our physical appearances, I'm a lot different than them. I'm shorter, a little chubbier, blonde, not as athletic. But our personality traits, we are a lot alike. We do have a lot in common personality-wise, however we are really unique also. So I'll pass that around so we can take a look. And
Usually we would pass that out at the end.
we'll pass that out at the end. Again, not all studies, I do want to let you know that not all studies apply to everyone. So maybe these things will be true to you, or you understand, hey, my family is a lot like that, or maybe my family is not, and that's totally fine. I just wanted to let everyone know that these are just majority studies that have been done. First, I'm going to talk to you guys about the firstborn child, the middle child, and the lastborn child, as well as we're going to touch slightly on only children, because I know we have some only children in this class. So first, firstborn children are naturally sort of an experiment for parents. They haven't really done this before, so it's half instinct and half trial and error. With this being said, they're pushed to be perfectionists, and they sometimes have to really strive to please their parents. Characteristics that are described firstborn are actually these. So reliable, conscientious, structured, cautious, controlling, and achievers. Looking at this totally describes my brother. He's such a like achiever and really controlling about every situation. So take a look at those. Some examples of famous people who are firstborns in their family: Brad Pitt, Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, Oprah Winfrey, J.K. Rowling, and Beyonce. Next, I'm going to talk to you guys about middle children. These kids are like really difficult to pin down, and they're the hardest category to kind of understand. This child kind of feels that there's less attention on them, in a sense that their parents kind of parented really hard on the first child, and now they're like used to it, and as well as the babies who kind of get away with everything. So with this being said, they tend to be more secretive and not really share their emotions and feelings. Characteristics of middle children are actually here. They're more rebellious, people pleasers, they thrive on friendship, they have large social circles, they'd rather be out than home with their families, and they're peacemakers. the next thing I'm going to talk to you about is the youngest children. And lastborns are speculated to be shaped by reduced one-on-one time through their parents. So there's less one-on-one time, but they're more sensitive to attention. So characteristics, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Examples of famous middle children are Britney Spears, Abraham Lincoln, Shakira, and Jennifer Lopez. So characteristics of last-born children are actually, so sorry. Oh, this one, uncomplicated, manipulative, they're outgoing, attention-seeking, and self-centered, which is very me. I am a last-born. Examples of last-born children are Cameron Diaz, Eddie Murphy, Bill Gates, and Ellen DeGeneres. So, the last thing I wanted to touch on was only children. There wasn't really a lot of statistics and stats on only children as far as personality goes. A lot of them just said that they're a lot spoiled, things like that. They get everything they want. Some characteristics, though, are right here. So they're more mature for their age. They're perfectionists, conscientious, they're diligent, and they're leaders. Once again, this doesn't apply to everybody, but maybe you could notice this might apply to your family. Examples of only children are Paula Anderson, Harry Potter, the guy who played Harry Potter, and Robin Williams. So, in conclusion, today I just wanted to mention different personality traits that are associated with birth order. And I talked to you guys about firstborn children, middle children, the youngest children, and different characteristics that are associated with them. I hope you can take this and apply these studies to your life. According to the National Institute of Health database, there's been over 2,000 studies done on just birth order connecting with personality traits. I would also encourage you can get online. There's one that's it's the gotoquiz.com, and you can take a quiz, and it just asks you 10 questions, kind of like, if you were in this situation, what would you do? And it'll tell you where you fall inside of first, youngest, or old, middle. Things like that. I would encourage you to do that. I had all my siblings do it, and actually none of us fit in where we actually are. So it's kind of interesting. There's hundreds of quiz done. So in conclusion, I just wanted to tell you guys about birth order personality traits, and hopefully you can take some of these studies and apply them to your family and understand why you might be the way you are, or the siblings the way they are. Thank you.